Salvete, everybody, and good evening, and welcome to another exciting episode of Mortal Rolls. The gods have fallen, and these are their mortal rolls. We are so happy to be here today. It is episode ocho. Ocho for our friends who speak the Espanol. I should really learn how to say ocho in other languages. That would be fun.
In French, it's huit. Huit?
Oh, yeah. Oui. That's right.
Huit?
No, is it?
With a T.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, you're going to be my language expert. How do we say it now? Actually, we'll move on.
We say it in English, we say 8.
Right. I totally
and that's all I know.
All right. Thank you very much. We got there. We have a couple of announcements to start. And it's a very special episode today. I'm going to try something new in a segment that I like to call Fun with Tone. And it even has its own song. Eventually, I'm going to get like a little soundboard with a little sound clip. It'll sound a little something like this. Fun with tone, fun with tone. Everybody likes fun with tone. Tone bone.
So excited.
That
Yes.
is going to make the best videos ever.
We're so excited.
We are going to be
Yeah,
doing.
we're clipping that. We're clipping that for the Instagram.
Oh,
It's already
Autumn
clipped.
Orange, get on it. He did it.
Are you done? Oh, crap. All right, but let's start with a couple of announcements. Well, first of all, just an introduction. We're just a couple of guys and gals who enjoy to role play, roll dice, play with a little something called imagination, and laugh while doing it. Yeah, and so now we're going to go into introducing each other. How to pick, I just don't know, but this is what I want. Give us a little something. Last week, you gave us a little something, fun fact about your character. Now, give us a fun fact about yourself, you the player. What's a little fun fact about you? I guess I will start. Fun fact about me, I hate the sound of a fork tearing into carpet. I hate it.
I don't blame you. That's a gross sound.
Right? Thank you, Sarah.
I really don't know what that means. Like,
That
who
sounds
knows what
terrible.
that sounds like?
Are there people who
If you
like
don't know what it
that
sounds like, don't try it.
I mean, I guess there are carpet eaters out there.
There you go.
That sounds like a nail file sound. That's what that is.
I know what you were saying, but I imagine people eating like flooring.
Hey, let's go to white hair. White hair. You look like you have something to say.
Best way ever.
Well, moving on.
Moving on to white hair. Hello, all. I am white hair. It's your girl, 𝘼𝙣𝙤. I play Sabine. So happy that y'all are here. I also don't like the sound of forks rubbing against carpets. That sounds awful, as well as a nail file. Ugh. That like gives me the goosey bumps. Hate it.
Nice.
I don't know if that's what we're talking about, but that's what I hate.
Oh, completely off topic.
Yep.
I'm just kidding. That was spot on, spot on. We're gonna move up the color spectrum here. Pink hair.
Hi guys, it's Ree. So I guess we're talking about things that bother us. In that case, for me, a big one, and there are many. I have many things that I don't like, but big one, ketchup. Cannot stand it. Cannot stand the smell of it. In particular, if I smell it, if someone has it on a plate and they're eating something with it and they leave the plate out, it will bother me. I don't like to touch anything near it.
Wow. Hey, this is,
Yeah,
you just made all the Canadians cry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we literally have chips that are ketchup chips.
I know, and
It's
they're
the
made-
That's different.
It's the old ketchup smell that like is sitting on the plate.
Yes.
Yeah. And it starts to get dry. Wash your plate, kids. Wash your plates.
Wash your plates.
You're being generous. I have a weird thing, and you're being very generous with me, kids. It's fine.
That's cool. No one gift ketchup, please. No
Please
ketchup.
don't. I will cry.
Too late. It's already in the mail.
I will actually cry. Moving on.
Okay, moving on. We're gonna go down now to the hair that's undecisive. Indecisive. Is that the word? Indecisive. Is it blue? Is it silver? Morwen.
It's definitely two colors.
Ooh. What's it look like?
One of them is not silver though. Hi, I am Sarah and I play Morwen. Okay, maybe my dye has faded a little bit, but that's fine. And fun fact about me, I love ketchup. I'm just kidding. That's not my fun fact. What's my fun fact? Oh,
You like to see the forks and carpet.
no. I like a lot of food, but I think my most favorite food ever is a really good grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh yeah, with mustard,
No.
with ketchup,
Yes.
grilled cheese.
Or with tomato soup.
No peas and corn. Unbelievable.
Tomato.
Tomatoes so good with grilled
Orwin and I have that in common. Tomato, no peas and corn.
cheese. Love it. And finally, he calls his face hair, a beard. We're gonna go to the beard.
I think most people call it a beard. Hi, I'm Keegs. I play Oren, who's the fun-loving and love-loving duck class. Redacted. Yep. Fun fact. Oh, I'm pretty good at skipping rocks, right? And last summer I loved skipping rocks so much that I tore my whole shoulder out because I skipped rocks too much. I was like skipping rocks for like 2 hours a day for like a week and a half straight, and severely injured my shoulder. So apparently I'm old enough that I can only skip rocks for short amounts of time now.
We absolutely encourage y'all to make fun of him for it because it's hilarious.
That is
It was a
amazing.
very serious injury.
I'm sorry about your dreams of the skipping rock turn
I
championship.
know. Wild.
Also,
He will
Orange.
never be in the
Well, I
world
can.
record.
My shoulder's recovering. There's still a
he's
chance.
healing. But also, Autumn Orange just said reducted, and I just had to say that.
Reducted.
It's so funny.
love that.
Class. Nice.
Listen, if you
Oh,
ever
amazing.
get
And I'm frozen, ain't I?
a little bit,
On the cutest little face.
it's the cutest little stoner
You're back.
smile.
Oh, he's back now.
Oh, he's
Here,
back.
buddy. My internet connection is unstable. I hope it was on my good side.
It was a cute face.
Good. All right. Well, now we're finished with the introductions. For the folks at home, we have a couple of announcements, and we're going to turn the time over to Sarah.
Hey, I'm Sarah, and I have the announcements.
We really need a soundbite here.
Listen, that we'll just clip that, and that'll be the soundbite. Hey, I'm Sarah, and I have the announcements. Our announcements are: please go to our Instagram. We have a giveaway going on. We will post the link to the post in the chat. But if you just go to @MortalRolls on Instagram, it's the post that says giveaway, and look at the caption, and it'll tell you how to enter. And you can win 4 Chonky dice from Axolotl Dice, inspired by each of our player characters.
That's amazing. And thank you again, Axolotl Dice.
Yes.
It looks so beautiful. The dice you make, amazing. So this is
Yes.
like a huge treat.
Longtime fan of Axolotl Dice, and I am so happy that they wanted to partner with us.
That is amazing. Thank you.
Seriously, such a compliment.
And now, did I forget anything? Is it okay to proceed to the recap? Because this week is going to be, we're going to have, like I said, I already did the song, Fun with Tone. But you, at the folks at home in the chat, you can help participate in building this recap. Because this is what we call a Mad Libs. Now, players and chat, I need an adjective. And then maybe you tell me the adjective, I'll write it down, and then we're going to get another adjective. Should we do it like that?
Yeah, sure. Yep.
What's an
Perfect.
adjective?
Hard.
Is this? Are we playing Mad Libs?
Yep.
Totally are. All right, adjective, hard, done. Another adjective.
Nope.
We've got some answers in
Some in the chat.
Spooky.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Thanks,
Girthy.
White with
Tone
all-
boning.
An adverb.
Girthy.
No, adverb. Oh, yeah. Not all of us Googling, what is an adverb?
I'm just going to say words
back
because
to
I don't know what an adverb is.
Going back.
Like
An adverb is tone boning.
Or detailed. What is detailed?
So a verb is something that you do,
Yep.
and an adverb is
Describes
with
the action.
thing at the end.
yeah. So tone boningly.
Wait, I think we've got something coming up.
Okay.
Let's see.
Professor Tone boningly.
We also have way too quickly
Oh,
as a suggestion.
that quickly.
Way too quickly, specifically.
Hey, there we go. Way too quickly.
Oh,
We'll use-
no.
There you go. All right.
I can only imagine what this is going to sound like.
Another adjective.
Creepy.
Oh, creepy.
Open brace says creepy.
Nice. Okay, a plural noun.
Feats. Feats. Feats.
Beats. Nice. All right.
Mortal
An
feats.
something you shouted an exclamation.
Huzzah!
I see.
Zoinks.
That's what I said.
All right. Zoinks. Zoinks it is. Another adjective.
What's an adjective?
Yeah.
You just went
We got
over
a
this.
Yahoo. We got a Yahoo. You check
Oh, Yahoo. We'll do that. Zoinks Yahoo. Okay.
Oh, no.
Swollen.
No.
Autumn Orange said swollen. Which I think isn't as good as girthy, but still good.
Another adverb. Our favorite. An adverb.
Writing.
Was that?
Riding.
Riding?
Riding. Yeah. Right. Donkey riding. Donkey riding.
Riding. All right.
Swollen, girthy, riding. We're on a roll.
Someone
Literally-
in the chat says wet.
We're just saying descriptions, really. We're just.
How many more of these do we need?
I'm gonna put that there. Okay, yeah, we got wet and we have riding. Fantastic. Okay, we need another adjective.
Or adjective. Oh, a description. Sad.
No,
Oh, so-
that is
Yeah,
that an
sad.
adverb?
Yeah, sad
Could be.
describes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Organic.
Absolutely.
Organic grass.
Yeah, you're correct. Yeah.
Hyper.
Another adjective.
Hyper.
What's another adjective?
Hyper.
Hyper. Oh, hyper. Oh,
That's a good
gosh.
one.
It's like you guys can. He's like, can you see the sheet? A verb.
Verb. Dying.
Okay.
That's a verb, right? To die.
Nah.
Yeah.
That's
It's an action.
Absolutely.
The verb would be die.
Yep.
Two adjectives. Two adjectives.
Do we have organic already? Did we already write that one down?
No.
Ooh.
Organic and
Organic?
grass-fed was the last ones.
Oh, grass fed.
Stinky.
Ooh.
Oh.
Stinky would be good.
We're gonna hang on to that because We'll put that for the next adjective coming up. Stinky.
Oh
And
my
a
gosh.
verb.
A verb?
Yeah.
Crying.
Oh, crying. Okay. A noun.
Place.
Person, place, or thing.
Yeah.
Yes, person, place, or thing, guys.
Dog.
Something.
Leech.
Something.
Dog.
Leech.
Like something.
We got frog in the chat.
Blythe said frog.
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 Frog. Frog. There we go. Nice.
This is wild.
I'm so excited.
man.
I'm so ready for this.
Okay, we had a stinky there. Okay, so
Is this how we're doing the recap?
Yes.
I don't know what
I
we're
don't know
doing
how
at this
this is
point.
actually going to fit into the recap at all, but I'm excited to find out.
We're half an hour in at this point, and we've
I'm so
come
ready.
up with words.
Yep, I'm ready.
recap, another adjective, and then a piece of advice.
Eldritch Horror was from Wolf Bumber. Eldritch Horror.
Ooh, I love that name.
Were okay.
We are also
Well,
very confused.
We're all confused at this point.
We are just
We're all
vibes at this
Very
point.
confused. We're just here for the vibes.
All right. Piece of advice. What's the piece of advice?
Don't snort.
Don't get caught.
It.
Don't get caught.
Oh.
Okay.
Don't
Oh,
get
sorry.
cocky.
Snort. Don't snort.
Don't
And
snort
get
it.
caught. Don't snort
I
it.
was going to
Don't
say with your
snort.
pants down, but then I
Done.
stopped.
Don't snort it with your pants down.
No, I said caught.
All right.
Never plan a heist in D&D. It doesn't work.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a very good one.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Never played in D&D. All right. And then finally, two names.
We'll leave this to the chat. Give us some names, chat.
Yeah,
I'm
give
ready
us
for
some
this.
names.
Two names.
Like, don't do a recap via ad libs with people who don't know what an adverb is.
Maximilian.
All right,
Same.
Maximilian, love it.
Maximilian. Great name.
Then
Nice.
Mr.
Or
Tumbus.
Tumbus.
Yeah.
Mr. Tom.
Mr. Tumbus, not Tumnus. There's a difference.
Different.
Tumbus.
That is the name of Sabine's next creature. Right?
All right.
Bum
Just three more. Verb, an adjective, and a verb. And we're done.
A verb, an adjective, and a verb?
Yep.
Okay. Killing.
I think
Okay.
it would just be kill would be the verb.
Kill.
Laugh.
Adjective, describing. Oh, and laughing? Okay.
Yep.
What's the describing word?
Oh, no. Oh, bloody.
Oh, oh my gosh. You guys are cheating.
Nope.
Last time on Mortal Rolls, our hard heroes find a moment to connect in the spooky caverns after way too quickly escaping the creepy prison of Rimorum, also known as the City of Feats. Oren, who always sings Zoinks Yahoo! And Morwin, the Morwin, the swollen, find time to wet ride by the pool, sharing personal stories that forge a friendship. Meanwhile, Eve delves into a sad conversation with Sabine about her hyper powers. Sabine also helps Eve discover further truths about her dying rock. As the night unfolds, Eve faces an encounter with the organic trick, who is a grass-fed manipulator. Overpowering her fears, she breaks out of her sleep paralysis and hallucination to discover a new threat. And that was crying in their midst, giant leeches as a frog. With the help of their allies, the stinky mistress and the 𝘼𝙤𝙤𝙤𝙤, the heroes confront and defeat these monstrous foes. How the story turns dark as the mistress tells Sabine, don't snort it. Never plan a heist in D&D. Two farmers, a man named Maximilian and a woman named Mr. Tumbus, kill into the cavern tunnels. Into the cavern tunnels, drawing Sabine into grim pursuit and ensuring they will never laugh again.
The best recap ever.
Oh my god.
That was an excellent recap. Thank you so much. I will now be known as Morwin the Swollen from now on.
Swollen. Our hard hero.
More the Swole.
Oh god.
Oh my gosh.
SWOL. Swole.
Literally crying. Oh man. That was fantastic.
Now let's get back into the movie. We start our episode where we left off with Sabine. Sabine, you are standing in a cavern at a dead end where one of the farmers, Maximilian, met his end. Maximilian's blood is on your hands. It's on the cavern wall. It's on your feet. As you stand there, something seems familiar. Of this feeling. And then you begin to stare off into the wall ahead. And you hear a noise inside your head. As you stand facing the cavern wall, as the blood glistens in a little bit of light, you see a reflection. But it's not you. Instead, you see a beast. Black, silky fur. An eye that is gold with silver flecks. But on the other eye, it looks to be as if a green rock was shoved into his eye socket as it stares at you. Do you know what you have done?
What have I done? What did I do?
What you have done?
What did I do? And she's going to get closer to the reflection.
As you reach out and you touch the cavern wall, it's as if it's a ripple in water. As the image fades, and then you are caught up with a sensation of falling. And you are falling fast. And you can't control yourself. You feel alone. You feel fear, as if it's the first time that you have felt it. As you plummet down into the forest, creating a huge explosion. The trees, the soil, the heat, the fire. As you awaken, you feel alone. You feel as if you are no longer yourself, but you cannot remember who you are.
Do you know what you have done?
The voice echoes inside your head.
Grabbing her head and just shaking her head and just is saying, no, 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 no.
It's as if the bloodshed that you see, the bloodshed that you made, the feeling of horror now as you begin to realize what you have done. And you wake up as Sabine. And you are left with a familiar feeling of shame. Sabine, what do you do as the image and the feelings begin to fade away?
It will be coming out of that state and just be confused. She's no longer raging. She's very distraught. She's gonna back out and just say, no, 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 not again. No, 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 no. And she's just panicking and just backing away and just shaking.
Can
I
we
believe
hear this?
you all heard the cry out, the cry of the last breath of Maximilian. And so your attention can certainly be turned. You need to roll a perception roll to see perhaps where in the cavern the voice came from. As Oren asked the question, where's Sabine?
Okay, gonna roll perception. I will say that as soon as if she heard Sabine's voice crying out at all, Eve would be immediately running in that direction.
Oren, you rolled a 27. You know exactly where it's coming from. Morwen, you rolled a 23. You know exactly where the noise is coming from.
That was mean. That was a tease.
Eve,
Yeah.
You hear something, but you are too distracted with Farron, as you know that she is clutching her shoulder. As the giant leech grappled her and bit into her, you can tell that she's very, very wounded. And while she was able to make an attack on that leech, you know that she is barely standing. And that's what distracts you, and you cannot hear where the noise is coming from. But certainly you may in fact notice that your friends, Morrowind and Orin, begin to move down in the opposite direction to where you're looking.
Definitely gonna run to her.
Yeah, I think Morin would make contact with Orin, like eye contact with Orin, and be like, "Go," because I think that she would be mostly concerned with Farron. At this point, she sees that Farron is really hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Orin booking for Sabine.
And you book. You run. The two of you as you run down now. I imagine Rupert is following. In fact, it seems that Rupert is almost leading the way. You run down the cavern, and one of the first things you see is the dead farmer woman, Mr. Tumbis. Dead on the cavern floor. And without necessarily needing to stop, because the look of horror as her final resting face is obvious that the way she died was not subtle, was not painless. You continue to run down, and then you see. Now, Sabine, how would Sabine look as your friends begin to run towards them?
I think she would have backed up into a wall and just slid down it and just sitting there with her hands over her face and just repeating over and over again, like, "What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? Sabine, I'm Sabine, I'm Sabine, I'm Sabine. What did you do? What did you do? What did you do?" And she's crying.
More and more, you will see Sabine weeping. And behind her, you see Maximilian's body laying against the wall.
I think Morrowind stayed behind to take care of Farron.
I stayed behind, and I let Orin go to Sabine after what he did, what he confessed to me. She's like, "Oh, this is a good time for them to be alone." Morwin the matchmaker.
Question, Morwin, are you doing anything to keep Eve there?
No, I wouldn't. I would be actually, Morwin would have gone over to Farron and started healing her.
Yeah.
So, but we can do that later.
Would you have spoken to Morrowind? I'll allow, like, if it's something that Morrowind heard and knew where Orin was going and you weren't aware, I'm just curious, Morrowind,
Yeah.
would you bring it up or would you just put to focus?
Eve, would you have said anything?
I mean, if I saw Orin running in that direction, then yeah. Just like, did you see Sabine? Is she going that way? Are you?
I didn't see her, but when she yelled, it was coming from that direction where Orin went.
All right, I'm going to go and make sure. Do you have everything you need here with Farron?
Go, help her. I've got Farron.
Thank you. Thank you, Moen. And he will.
As you boot it, and whatever, like a couple seconds, of Orin finding Sabine weeping, you show up behind as well, and see the same scene. Perhaps at this time, Orin, and how would you be consoling Sabine?
I think he would have run up and just been, Sabine, are you okay? It's Orin. I'm here. I'm your friend.
What did you do? What did you do?
It's okay. It's
What did
okay.
you do?
Everything's okay. Look at me, Sabine.
It's
We're
not-
friends.
it's not-
It's okay.
You're Orin. You're
You
Orin.
are okay. We're here.
I'm not okay.
I know. And we can help you
Not
through
okay.
this. Can I tell you a story?
No.
This one time, a long time ago, I was on a boat. Because I had done some things that I wasn't really proud of, but I saved these people and they let me on their boat. And on that boat, I saw this beautiful, incredible creature who was trapped in a little cage. And I watched her every day because I felt drawn to her. And this creature was feral and not able to speak or talk and didn't really communicate very well, but I knew that deep down inside there was something special about this creature in this cage. And when we got back to Rimorum, I picked the lock and opened the cage and let that creature out into the forest, and I watched her and I followed her, and then I saw her slowly transition back into Sabine. You are a good person. You are somebody who cares about people, about animals. You leave presents for people that you care about, and you take care of those around you. Every once in a while, good people do bad things, and you aren't in control sometimes, and that's okay, but we're going to figure that out, okay?
I killed them. I slaughtered them.
I know.
Orin's right, it's not your fault. Sabine, it's not.
If you hadn't, and I don't necessarily agree with it, but if you hadn't have killed them, they might have led to the deaths not only of us, but of many, many more people, because they would have gone out and told them about us. And we are destined for really great things. I know it. I know that this group, that you, me, Eve, and Morwen, we have found each other time and time again because we're meant to be together and we're meant to save the world. We're meant to save all of Anatus.
It sounds very large.
Yeah.
Sounds much too big.
You are so strong. You are so capable. And yes, it's a big goal, but together we can do that. But what you need to do is learn to lean on those who care for you. Eve is here and worried about you. I am here to help you, and Morwen can heal you if you need it. And she's here to listen too. We're all in this together, and it's okay.
I don't remember, though. I don't remember what I have flashes. I don't.
How can I help? Do you want to pet Rupert? He could probably make you feel better. Rupert, go. He's going to kind of shove, and Rupert's going to go to her.
Snuggling your legs already. Let's
Yeah.
get your attention.
And she'll just start petting him and then start to calm down. And she'll go, odd that you saved another girl named Sabine.
That Sabine was you. You don't remember me opening the cage for you, do you?
I don't know what a boat is, Oren.
Do you remember the people that captured you? And then you were on that really rocky area? Do you remember flashes of
The
that?
carriage on the water.
That's the boat.
That's
the ship.
boat. You let me out.
The Queen Aurelia. Yeah,
That was you.
it was me.
I wanted to eat you.
I know, that's why I ran really fast.
All right. That's a lot.
Oren's gonna like slide, like kind of move and sit down beside her and like slide his back down along the cave wall and pull out his lute and just like play a really soft and slow tune. It's just like a calming tune, and just say, you know, I've seen you do some incredible things already. You are so strong and so brave, and we need that. I'm not physically strong, and
You look strong.
thank you. I'm really good at talking to people, and I'm good at connecting, and I'm good at singing, but I'm not good at fighting, and you are,
You
and
do
we're gonna
talk
need
a
you.
lot.
I know. But I'm good at it. But if you need anything, I'm here to help, okay? But for now, maybe for a minute, we can just sit and I'll play a nice song.
As you sit and begin to pluck the chords of your lute, you can certainly roll whatever you want with a +10.
Oh shit! Damn!
As the moment just calls for. So if you fail this, it will be hilarious.
No
Sabine,
pressure. How many natural ones can I get in a campaign?
It's all right. You have a hero point.
You've got to be shitting me.
Oh no.
Use your hero point.
Now, to
That's
be clear,
crazy.
well, to be clear, he gave me a +10 and I didn't put it on there, so that would still be a 22.
Oh, okay.
But
Nailed it.
like,
That's wild.
come on.
You jinxed it, man. You're like, oh, this better not be a natural one.
Foundry can hear you. Oh, sorry. FD-Foundry can hear you.
I figured I've had 2 every single episode. There's got to be an episode where I don't roll a natural one, or at least like one of these days I'm going to roll higher than a 12.
Yep. But it is not this day.
Not
Today.
At least not right now.
with a 22. You are able to play the most soothing of songs, probably inspired by all the feelings that you're feeling in your heart right now in this somber and tender moment. Eve, you see your friend sitting down, you see Oren soothing, but then you see the wall with the blood where the body lay of Maximilian. And for some reason, it calls to you.
I reach into my pocket for the rock and take it out and look at it. Is it still glowing?
It's cold.
I will take a few steps toward the wall, seeing, I think, Eve in this moment, seeing Oren calming Sabine down with the song and feeling what she's feeling, the pull of this rock and the blood on the wall, is she just feels like this is a lovely moment, and her being there is going to ruin it because she is ruined as a person. So she's going to go toward the wall with the stone in her hand and place it against the blood on the wall and close her eyes and just think really hard. Are you there? Whatever you want. This is what you want, isn't it, blood?
Roll an Arcana. And because you were called and you answered, you get a +4 to this roll.
$17.
Your hand placed on this rock, on the blood. And while you uttered those words, did you utter them out loud? Did you utter them in your head?
I think she was saying them loudly in her head, whispering them out loud.
Yeah. You feel the rock move. As if, like on a Ouija board, where all of a sudden it moves to a letter. And you drop it. The rock falls to the floor and begins to roll. And it begins to roll towards the body.
She'll follow it.
As the stone gets to the body, and the body is lying as if it's lying on its side, facing the wall. As you get closer, you begin now to see the gruesome death that Maximilian had. His face is completely torn off. There is no nose. The face skin completely gone, as if it was just shredded on rough rock. But stone continues to move as all of a sudden it disappears out of sight. And then the body just moves to its back. And the face of the dead man begins to speak.
What is that? What do you want? What do you want? Is that you? Lim, the voice from the shadows, is that?
It is. It is your protector. As the mouth, as it's speaking, it says the mouth itself is moving. It's like the dead man is speaking to you, faceless in its gruesomeness, talking.
Must you take on such a face as this?
Pay no heed. It is just meat. You must find armor.
Where? What is it? Do you know where it is?
The elf has my gauntlet.
That's yours.
Yes. It is now yours.
Why don't you want it?
At the moment you say that, you need to roll a will save.
Thanks.
Grumpy
DC
rock.
is 20.
That's fun. That's
Oren's just gonna lean over to Sabine and say, "Hey, do you also see this dead guy talking to Eve, or is this just me?"
As
well, but not well enough.
as you're playing, I want you can roll a perception roll, but your perception will actually be at a severe disadvantage. Darkness within this cavern, just ever so slightly, goes even darker. And so you'll be rolling with a -4. You rolled an 18.
Yeah. It's not 20. So
Immediately, you feel a pain in your mind, and all of a sudden, it's as if that sharp noise, like in a horror movie, just that streak of that violin chord, and immediately you're back in the black ichor, as if you're waking up, and then all of a sudden you're back to reality. You need to roll a D6.
okay. Two.
And you take 2 psychic damage.
Right.
Just as you see that image of
Yeah. What do you want me to do with it?
the elf knows. The elf knows.
Here's what you do with this would... This would be a lot easier if you just tell me what you want from me.
Find the Cleodas. Find the Mother Sage. She will tell you where all the pieces are.
Mother Sage?
And as you're asked that question, Oren, you rolled a 23, and you look, and while you see just black haze, and for a moment, Eve isn't, you can't see Eve. You can't see anything. Yet your eyes persist and begin to break the veil as you see Eve standing over top of the body, just looking down, and the body's on its back. And you can just see her standing, looking. And from the distance, you may not see her mouth moving or hear what's going on. You just see the scene of her standing over top this dead body, staring at it. Eve, as the stone begins to and you finally notice that the stone buried itself into its chest, and it begins to emerge out upright, just begin to poke out and just stand there ready for you to take as it glows a dark, deep red.
I take it. And shove it into my pocket. Like, I don't want to look at it right now.
And the last word as you shove it in, find the Cleona.
Fine. And she just kind of tries to shake it off and like take a few deep breaths. And then she'll turn around to look back at the others.
Oren, you see this scene, like the last scene. You see her bending down, picking up the rock. You don't hear anything. You just see this Eve standing, and then as she turns around, what do you guys do?
When she turns around, are you like, would Oren be looking in her direction?
Yeah, I think so.
Did you actually tell Sabine that whole thing about the body?
No.
Okay.
Would it have been?
Sabine's got a lot to worry about.
Yeah, Sabine would just be snuggling with Rupert then.
Would it have been about 10 minutes?
It has, yes.
So Morwen comes up just as Eve is like picking something up off of a dead body, and there's blood everywhere. And Morwen's like, "What did I miss?"
Do you want? Is that what you want to do?
Morwen, you can roll a perception roll.
Yeah, she might not say anything, but that's what she's thinking.
We'll see.
What is happening?
If you
Sabine's on
walked
the
up,
ground.
like if you walked up and you were like behind her and she didn't know you were there, and just
Nice. Not a critical success, but it was a success. You do in fact see that scene that you described as you're walking towards, and perhaps you saw a Sabine sitting and sort of weeping. You see Oren playing the lute, but yet you see that his attention is no longer on Sabine. He's staring off to the end of the cavern, and that's when you look, and you also saw this shadowy veil. But as your eyes persisted, it broke the veil, and you saw Eve reaching down into the dead farmer's chest and take out a stone. And you're able to also see that there was blood dripping, but very quickly as it dripped, it went back into the stone.
And Oren was about to say,
I think if you would have said all that, he would have just watched it happen.
okay.
Yeah. Eve, you walk back, and now you see that the trio is there.
Go ahead.
So, how's everyone faring? How's feeling better, Sabine?
Would Sabine feel anything off about Eve as she walked back? Because she was there comforting her, and then she kind of like went away for a little bit. Would she feel or look different to Sabine at all? That Sabine would recognize?
I think with Sabine, I will let you roll either a occultism or a straight up perception, just to see what you sort of notice as you're there, as you're coming out of this very emotional experience. See with your roll if you're able to sort of overcome yourself and start to think of your friend.
Okay. Yeah, if it would have been anyone other than Eve, I wouldn't. But it was mostly just because of her that I was like,
And you sort of get the sense that something's up, but you're not able to pinpoint it.
Okay, that's perfect. Then she'll just note that and then just look at her and just say, perfectly fine. Everything's perfectly fine.
That's right, perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine. And she just
Orwin would kind of lean over to Orin and be like, what did I miss? She's whispering.
I'm not really sure. I just looked over and saw Eve, I don't know, looking at that dead body and then reaching down and grabbing a rock out of it. I'm not really sure. That's it.
Would we hear that if you guys are talking like right here?
I think we'd be like whispering to each other, but maybe you did.
We're right there. Yeah.
You're right there.
You can, if you guys are trying to be stealthy and you roll a stealth and a perception roll, that'll be the DC. If you're looking to keep it secret, if the rest are trying to, would sort of listen in, tune in, you can certainly do that.
I don't think Orin was trying to keep it a secret.
Yeah,
Orwin's
I'll just...
not stealthy, really.
Yeah. Maybe just say the biting rock?
Yes, for those of you who haven't been made aware, I have a rock and it eats blood.
Oh.
And there is a lot of blood. Is it full?
I think so for now. She'll take it out and just she takes it out, she's not really looking at it, but she will show Morwen and Orin just, I found this in my pockets while we were, well, I've had it since Sabine saved me from the fire, but it was strange. It was still in my pocket when we were here, and everything was taken from us, but I still had this, and it likes blood, apparently. And she shoved it back in her pocket.
Eve, are you okay?
Yes. Perfectly fine.
Are you actually okay?
I don't think any of us are okay right now.
Yeah, true. How can I help?
You don't have to do anything for me.
I know.
Quite all right.
I don't have to do anything, but I want to. I want to help. We all do.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
Eve, I can manipulate the sound waves because I was taught how to do it by a siren on an island, and I watched her suck the life force out of an innocent young person because I helped lure them in. And Morwen, I'm pretty sure, spits venom, and it has a weird ability to find things where she shouldn't. And Sabine turns
I kill things.
into like a werewolf, I think.
I kill things.
We
Eve,
all,
sit down.
we're all different. We all have something special about us that has drawn us together time and time again. We can help each other. We're in this together. I'm here because I want to help. I want to help you.
Sabine will just kind of grab, like reach out for Eve's hand and just kind of hold it gently and just kind of look at her and just say, I know that you say that we don't trust people and we need to be careful, but I think we can trust them at least. I think that it is better to put your trust in people who have walked through the blood to come find you than the ones who run away from it or put you there.
She nods slowly. What were you going to say?
It's normal for people who have been through a lot to have a hard time letting people in. And I want you to know that you're not broken because bad things are happening. Sometimes it's okay to let people help you, though. You just have to find out whether their intentions are to help themselves by helping you, or they genuinely just want to help you.
When people try to help me, it really can either go one of two ways. They hurt me or I hurt them.
Well, it's a really good thing that I'm a good healer then.
You are a good healer.
You know, Eve, I can't promise that I'll never hurt you, because sometimes people hurt each other without meaning to. But I can promise that I have good intentions and I'm truly here to help all of you. And I believe in each one of you because I believe in fate. And I believe that fate has drawn us together to go on this adventure together. And I think you're all pretty cool.
I think you're all really scary, but that's okay. I still like you, I think.
And I like getting hurt, so I'm all right with pain. If that means that you are in my life, Eve.
Eve, you notice that Rupert is beside you. This entire time, Rupert seemed to have just kind of sat beside you. And Rupert begins to growl, looking down the cavern towards the fire. And if you take a look to where the fire was, you can see that the mistress is standing just at the edge of the cavern, walking a little bit closer, then stops and says, listen. And you can hear that her speech is a little bit more strained. We must rest. We should be fine from the leeches, but there could be other things. We must rest. We must get out of these caverns. And then with that, she kind of moves back towards the fire. Rupert just kind of staring and sort of growling.
At the mistress?
Just at the shadow that was behind, like as she walked towards in the silhouette. Rupert was just kind of eyeing out, keeping watch, and then was, as the dog gets sort of startled and recognizes someone approaching.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Well, as much as I like being covered in blood, should we go by the fire?
Maybe don't go in the water.
There's
Or
leeches in the water.
And there were some leeches.
I wasn't going to.
Okay.
Evie, you were going to say something?
Morwen, would you mind hanging back for a moment? Could I speak with you?
You said Morwen or Oren?
Morwen.
Okay.
She also wants to talk to Oren.
Sure.
But
Eve, since we're friends now, you can call me Winnie.
that's what you prefer.
That's what my friends call me.
Winnie. Right, yes. We're friends.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you prefer Morwen, you can call me Morwen, but...
No, it's fine. I just have to get used to it, Winnie. And I shall say to Sabine, she'll say, and Orange, I'll be back in a moment. I'll be right there.
Oh,
And Sabine,
right. This is you need alone time. So now it's time for me to walk away. I understand.
I promise I won't be more than a few moments.
Oh, I understand. You've taught me when you need your time alone to just stay home.
Come on, Sabine. Let's go back to the fire.
Okay.
Come on, Rupert. Let's go snuggle.
you both head back to the fire, and Rupert sort of hesitates, looks back at Eve, whines, but then follows Oren as going towards the fire. And you see where Farron is now laying down by the fire. You see the mistress kind of sitting down, kind of rearrange the camp just a little bit more. And you can see that she's just kind of huddled there by Farron, but in an angle so that she can see all the different, her back towards like a wall, so she can't necessarily be snuck up on. You can tell that she's just sort of watching.
Can I go up to her real quick and just ask her a question? Hi, mistress. Quick question. So you were supposed to be on the first watch, and a few of us laid down to go to sleep, including Eve and whatever, and somehow a giant leech worm got into the very middle of the camp and almost attacked or killed one of my friends. I'm a little bit confused how you let that happen when you were on watch.
It was very sneaky, Orin. I was also on watch.
And we'll get to her response in just a moment. But as Eve and Morwen hang back and for a conversation.
Thank you. I promise I won't take up too much of your time. Could you tell me what it was that you gave me the other day? Because whatever it was, it helped for a day.
Okay. And then it stopped. So, from what you were describing to me, it sounded like perhaps maybe you were taking some sort of substance, and I don't really know which one, and I don't think it seems like you knew. So I'm assuming somebody gave it to you without your knowledge. So I gave you an addiction suppressant, and it's something that you need to continue to take until the substance has left your body. So if you want more, I do have more. I was actually going to ask you how you were feeling, and I just haven't had any time alone with you. And it seemed like you didn't really want to talk about it in front of people, so.
Thank you. I'm sorry, this is, I'm just trying to understand.
Sure. Where were you before this?
I was living with a man outside of Rimorum. The man who found me when I first appeared here. I woke up and I was lost. I didn't know I couldn't remember anything. It was strange. There was a man who helped me. At least I thought he was helping me.
It seems like he's the type of person who helps you to help themselves.
Perhaps that's true.
Do you think that this person wanted maybe to keep some sort of control over you?
That is likely.
Okay. They could have done that with more than just their words. That's what it seems like to me. It seems like they gave you some sort of drug.
Do you know how long it would take for something like that to?
I think that it's different for everybody. I think it depends on what they gave you. And it definitely depends on how long.
Is there any way to find out? You said there's still some of it in my...
Sure, I can do some tests or something.
Please, I need to know. I need to know what happened to you.
Sure. What do I do to do that kind of check? DM?
Yeah.
Would I roll medicine or?
It would be, a lower medicine. Lower medicine. Yeah, medicine roll would be fine.
I could roll, I have lore herbalism, or I can roll medicine.
Well, explain what you would like to do specifically, and we can see which one kind of ties.
I think that Morwen has drawings in her book of different plants that are used as drugs.
Yep.
And I think that she would pull out her notebook and be like, do you recognize any of these plants? Because some of them are used for medicine, some of them are used for drugs, and some of them can be used both ways depending on what you use. But if I know what plant it was, maybe we can figure out how to cure you faster.
She would take the book and she would look through it and try to see if any of the plants are familiar at all.
Look familiar.
So do I roll herbalism?
You can roll based on what's Eve is sort of saying. You'd roll a medicine.
Should I roll something for trying to remember?
Yeah, you can also roll an occultism.
Okay.
And on the screen for the folks at home, this is the infamous trick. Or should I say, where I'm trying to find how he was described. The organic trick, who is a grass-fed manipulator. This is the great grass-fed manipulator.
Evil vegan.
Sounds like a douche to me.
The grass-fed manipulator. This was he who was in the vision of Eve. This was the hallucination that she was seeing, who was massaging her shoulders, who was speaking to her as darling. So a couple things here is Eve rolled a 20 and Morwen, you rolled a 14. Eve, you're going through the book and hearing the words of Winnie or Morwen. You're hopeful that it's as simple as that. And for a moment, you're like, yeah, probably what's wrong with me is probably like a drug, a plant of some sort. But as you flip through and get to the end, again, reality begins to hit that this isn't herb. The trauma that you are feeling and facing with Trick isn't due to a concoction. That's that's what you kind of get from getting the book. Winnie, you're again, you're very hopeful and thinking about like, oh, I can fix this. I can fix this. But as you see her get to the end of the book, I think at that point you would begin to start thinking, maybe I'm not on the right track here.
It's like a plant is maybe not. Can you tell me about what you've been experiencing?
Nightmares. I see things and I'm not really sure whether they're real or not. It gets hard to tell sometimes. Things out of the corner of my eye, sometimes right in front of me.
Okay.
While I was there, everything is, things are sort of hazy. That helps. I remember things and I don't know if they're memories or they're just dreams or hallucinations. I don't know.
Okay. I think Morwen at this point would like to cast guidance upon herself.
Now, guidance is not cast the same way as D&D. I learned this. So I won't say that infamous line, but tell us how you cast your guidance.
I think I would Marwyn would close her eyes and she would think of the man who gave her the pomegranate and just think, come on, I really need an answer for my friend. And she'd say, you know, do you mind if I take a look at your eyes and, you know, just give you more of a physical examination?
Yes, sure. It's fine.
Okay.
And she'll like move a little bit closer. Yeah.
So she'd check out her eyes and maybe her nail beds as well.
All right.
And
this is interesting.
And maybe if she has like she'd check her veins to see if there's maybe some discoloration on her skin, check her hair texture, trying to see if she can figure out what is doing this to her.
So your plan is to do kind of just that exterior kind of check.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned the eyes, and I think what's going to happen here is as she gets closer and as you move in closer and to look at the eyes, I want you to roll. I want you to roll a society roll.
Could she have a bonus just like because I'm trying to
netting me?
Yeah.
Like cooperative?
Okay.
Yes. In fact, you can have a +4 on this. Okay. 15.
15.
She a medicine check on Eve. Now, there's something interesting about the way that she said that she was going to do the medicine check. She said specifically that she was going to be looking into Eve's eyes. She rolled a 15. And as Morwen, you go and look towards Eve. And I'm going to put up the picture of Eve so the folks at home can see what Eve looks like. Eve steps closer as those golden eyes stare at Morwen. Morwen, as you step closer and you look in his eyes, something feels so familiar to you that in a flash, just a flash, you see someone else. As she stares back at you, you all of a sudden see someone divine, and then it's back to reality again. Eve, as you allow Morwen to stare into your eyes, this is what Morwen looks for the folks at home. Morwen is now, as she looks at you, caringly, intently, wanting to help. In a flash, you see someone else. Is this person? Someone godlike, as if you, for a moment, are staring at a goddess. And then, in a flash, it's back to reality.
I think.
What do you do?
Yeah, Eve just sits, kind of pushes herself, I think instinctively back.
I think that Winnie would also step back and she would be really blinking
Yeah, same.
did I just see that? Because I think that they both have moments of, is that real?
Did you see something strange?
You changed.
You changed.
You changed.
You changed. You looked. You were.
You had wings.
You were good. You had. You were the goddess, and you looked familiar, and I.
You looked familiar. What just happened?
I don't know.
I don't know either. This has never happened to me before.
It's sort of happened to me.
When?
When I first met Trick, I saw someone else for a second, someone that looked familiar, and then you changed, and I don't know, I haven't thought about it until just now. But I've had those.
Familiar?
Yes. I saw another face. I don't even know. I couldn't describe it if you asked me. I just know. But I knew it. I knew. But it wasn't him.
Weird.
Something strange. Perhaps Oren is right. Perhaps his words are not just fanciful storytelling. There is something connecting us, isn't there? All of us.
Well, I definitely can't deny that something odd is happening. I don't know, Eve.
You're right. Don't cry. Please don't cry.
I'm not crying.
Is she crying?
Maybe a little.
It's going to be all right. We'll figure out whatever it is. We'll figure it out. I'm sure.
Just want to go home.
You will. You go home soon. We're going to get out of here. The worst is hopefully behind us. Hopefully.
Oren's right. I can't go home.
What do you mean?
We're supposed to do something special. And that means that there are going to be people looking for us. And that means that the first place they'll go is where they think I'll be. And that means that Joe would be in danger.
You really care about him. You care about all of them. Don't you?
I do. They're my family. I don't have a story like you or like Oren where I was alone. I woke up and I was in a warm bed and I was taken care of and Joe treated me like a daughter. He never ever expected anything from me. He just kept me safe. And I think now I need to keep him safe.
That's all right. That's great of you. I don't know. Oren is good at talking, and Sabine is good at fighting, and you're good at healing. I don't think I'm really good at anything like that, but if I can help.
Important, Eve. I'm useless in a fight. I don't know how to hurt people.
Because you're actually, and I can't believe I'm saying this, you're actually a good person. I didn't believe it at first. I didn't think people like you really existed. I thought you were just in stories.
I'm sorry you've had so many bad experiences that you didn't believe that goodness was real. That makes me really sad for you.
You don't have to be sad for me. I didn't mean to make you sad. I'm sorry.
It's everybody deserves goodness. It doesn't matter who you are or where you come from or what you've done, because there's always a chance to be better.
I hope that you're right. I really, really do. I want to believe it.
In the last 4 days, all I've seen you do is fight for people that you love and trying to keep them safe. If that's not important and good, nothing is.
Thank you. Thank you, Winnie. I like it. It's a good name. It suits you.
Thanks.
And she kind of clears her throat, brushes herself off a little. Did you notice anything when you were, besides strange visions and alternate realities or whatever it is we saw? Did you notice anything else?
I don't know, did I?
I think this is the real first time, Morrowind, you've experienced this outside of the interaction you had originally with the pomegranate. This is the first time. And I think there's something that you would probably so home-centered. This is probably the first time where you feel your home is somewhere else. That Joe's house is home, but you have another home.
I don't know about how to help you, Eve, right now, except for with what I've already been giving you. But right now, I'm feeling split. And like there's another place that I need to be. That we all need to be. Maybe if we find that place, we can find something to help you.
All right. I'll help you look for it then.
Should we go back to the fire?
Yes. Right. Thank you. Maybe again, what you've done for me has been more than I could ask for already in the short time that I've known you.
Of course. I do want to apologize, though. I know that I kind of snapped at you the other day. I was kind of frustrated because I was trying to, figure something out on my own, and you brought it up in front of everyone, and I'm sorry that I outwardly let my frustration show. I wasn't mad at you. I was just kind of mad that, I had kind of mentioned that I wanted to keep the scroll private, and we talked about it in front of everyone, and that upset me. And
you don't have to apologize. It was my fault. It really is. You did.
It's okay. I reacted poorly. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah. I could tell that it kind of affected you.
It's all right.
I'll try to have more patience.
I'll try not to be such pain.
You're not a pain.
It's very kind of you. I understand your frustration. I will be more mindful of it. In the future, it was thoughtless of me.
I just think what's happening to us is very unique to us. And I'm concerned about other people's motivations because I trust a lot of people very quickly, but the mistress, I don't know, maybe I have a wrong impression.
No, I think you're right not to trust her. I don't. Despite how it may look, it's not her that I trust, it's her interests that I trust. I know that she wants something from us.
That's kind of what worries me.
She wants something from us, then we know that we have something to offer. And as long as we have that, we have a bargaining chip with her.
It's like I was saying before, some people want to help you just to help you, and some people want to help you because they want something from you. I just don't want us to get caught up in something bad. Or any of the people that we love.
I just have to be careful with her. But the thing that I like about her is she's made her motives perfectly clear. She's made her intentions. She has not claimed to be a good person nor a selfless one.
That's true.
I like to know what I'm dealing with. And
That's true. She's not pretending to be anything. Maybe I just don't like her.
it's perfectly fine. I don't.
Perfectly fine.
You sounded like Sabine just there.
Thank you. I've been working on it.
Not bad.
Fire burns and flickers the light within the cat. Morwen, you notice the skulls within the cavern floor, and they're still there. And as you both get to this point, you realize how much energy has been spent in just that brief moment of this realization. Mortality is kicking in, and you feel the weight of exhaustion now. As your friends are by the fire, getting ready to set up for a long rest. Do you guys move to the fire? Do you?
I know there was a conversation with the mistress that was.
Oh yeah, Oren's dead. The mistress had enough of his mouth. So next week we're gonna find. We're gonna find out. We never did find out what his class was. You get to the fire, and at that time, as you all kind of get set up for that long rest, Oren did ask the mistress a question. The mistress looked you dead in the eye and roll another perception check as she is not hiding behind a cloak.
Yeah.
Okay. You can now see that once where you saw kind of a youthfulness, you now see her brown hair, her hazelnut hair, begin to have these white streaks. You see lines around her mouth. Wrinkles have appeared, bags under her eyes. As she looks you dead in the eye, and she says, "You have no idea what I sacrificed to free you." And then with that, she says, "It's best that everyone gets some sleep." And then she puts her cloak back on. "If you would be so kind to take my watch, young." really appreciate it.
Sure.
Farron lying by the fire, basically recovering, unable to move, hasn't moved since the being patched up by Morrowind. Johnny just sitting down, looking confused. Where's Maximilian? Mr. Tumbas.
They ran into a beast in the cave over there, but it's okay. Sabine managed to get rid of the beast, so we're okay. We're safe.
Oh. And you can roll a. Now I believe you roll a performance. Is this?
This would be a performance.
This the reducted class.
I mean, it's not a lie.
It's not a lie.
Yeah, it's true. That is
Warren's
true.
never told a lie.
Well, Sabine will just kind of look confused at what Oren is saying. So sorry. She'll just say,
It's okay. It's okay, Sabine. Don't worry. You don't need to say anything. You are tired from all of that. It's okay. You get a rest. I'll do all the talking.
I think the fountain might have shut down.
I believe you.
I know how to talk. I just have something to say to Johnny. And Sabine will go and sit by him.
Yes.
That'd be a
wow
30.
Holy shikeys!
That's a 30. Yeah, that's a crit. Any doubt that Johnny might have had, gone. Believes every word.
Yep.
And just kind of mourns his fellow farmers. Maximilian had a daughter. Oh. Mr. Thomas was just the loveliest person.
I hate you so much.
They will be missed. They will be missed.
You're the worst.
And he's let me tell you, Mr. Thomas was expecting
to die?
He doesn't say that. I was just now putting salt. I was just throwing salt in the wound.
She was also a nun that donated her entire proceeds to the poor homeless children
of wayward children of Rimorum.
The city of feats.
Yep.
Johnny mourns to himself and just eventually just falls asleep. Exhaustion is setting in. The mistress falls asleep. Farron is falling asleep. The weight of the events have taken place, has taken its toll. And as Morrowind and Eve join you both by the fire.
Sabine wants to go and
any
cut
final
a
words
tooth.
before?
Sabine wants to go and cut a tooth
from the
out of the mouth. Yep.
Yep. Sounds good. You can roll a survival on that.
Yep, that happens.
Okay.
Good of a tooth. You find.
No. Yeah, she
In fact, you know what? You can make a smell this small.
Do a what?
Perfect fit. You can have like a mall. It's the perfect fit.
Oh my gosh, it'd be amazing. Yeah, she wants to go and collect some of the like goop from its like body and like put it in like her little pouch thing. And then she's going to try and pull a tooth out. Let me get my sheet up.
Go ahead and roll a survival as you begin to try and skin and take a trophy.
Roll good for me, baby. Oh, damn. That was real good. 26. Ooh.
She pulled
Yeah, that was
tooth.
That was yeah. You know what? You grab enough of the teeth that you think to yourself, I can make a weapon out of this.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Or a
And
sick
so
skirt.
You're able to fire enough. Or a sick
Friendship
skirt.
bracelet.
Yes. Or a nice belt.
Yep.
Friendship bracelets. That's right. When the GM tries to throw an opportunity for a weapon, and then they say, bracelets.
Yep.
Okay.
I got a tooth for you, and I got a tooth for you.
Friendship bracelets.
Not even bracelets, just friendship tooth.
And
Because
now,
that's normal.
now
I feel
Sabine
like
has tooth dagger.
Yeah.
They all have like she's drawn smiley faces on them in blood.
Literally, exactly. That's exactly what she was going to do. She was going to sit by the fire with all of her teeth and then start to draw little pictures on them. Maybe little stickmen about their adventure in the prisons. Yep, some have little faces, and then she'll give them each a tooth, even the mistress and Baron and Johnny, of course, while they're sleeping. She'll just put it beside them. She'll like lift up Farron's hand to like snuggle it, and then just shh.
What's his name?
You get to name it.
Ugh.
You all get one to remember this trip of our friendships uniting.
I'm gonna name mine Tone.
Perfect name.
Tone bone.
Literally tone bone.
Tone bone. No, that'll be the bone. This is
Bone.
tone tooth, actually.
Tone tooth.
Tone tooth.
This you have just created a legendary weapon. This weapon will go down in history of Antipus. We're all waiting to see what happens with the tooth dagger tone.
Oh,
Tone tooth.
so excited.
As this scene ends, as the fire burns, you each set yourselves up for taking a watch, and nothing else happens. And you're all able to finally get a long rest.
Our first official long rest, y'all.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
Only took 8
The
episodes.
first time sleeping. It was well done. It was an 8-hour day. It was a work day. It's an 8-hour work day.
That's perfect.
On your little character sheets, there's a little bed that you can push, and it
It's
just does it all for you.
So cute.
Excellent.
I love how you guys all have like spell slots restored, focus points restored. Sabine's just like, you get your hit points back. Yay.
Wait, where's
Hey,
it?
long rest.
The bed is right below your
Folks at
HP.
home joining us.
Oh.
Role-playing game is long rest. Tell us what happens in a long rest. Tell the people at home.
We
You
sleep.
rest.
Oh.
You
for
restore
a
all
long
of
time.
your hit points and spell slots and all that cool stuff so that you can wake up fresh and ready to fight.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah, it's totally refreshed as you enter this sleep. The morning wakes. There's no sunlight down here. You're all based on an internal internal clock. And who would be the first to wake up? I wonder. Go ahead and each of you roll a fortitude check to see how well you have slept through the night. Let's see here.
Fortitude save? Because there's no such thing as a fortitude.
Yeah. Yeah, which is a save. Just roll a save. And it's going to be battle of the numbers. Whoever gets the highest gets to wake up first. Alrighty, so we have Sabine so far in the lead
Sounds
with 18, right. 𝘼 14, Orin 9.
And Orin did take the first watch, so.
Last but not least.
Okay, I rolled, but apparently it didn't roll.
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Oh.
Sabine. You wake up. Morwen rolled a 12.
That makes sense for her to wake up first.
Sabine, you wake up.
Rats.
You smell some leech meat being cooked on the fire. Some little leech bacon. You see that the mistress is up already.
Makes sense. Old ladies tend to rise early.
She's getting ready, and you can see that she has taken off her cloak just to sort of air it out a bit. You see underneath she's wearing sort of a short sleeves. Her cloak is sort of a jacket, but underneath she's kind of wearing this sort of a vest and shirt with short sleeves. As she's kind of moving around, I want you to please make a perception check to see how much you notice.
Okay.
My internet connection says unstable. Okay. 16. You notice something on her forearm. It looks to be like a tattoo, but it's a little bit different than any sort of ink that you've seen. Because you think you see it actually moving.
Oh.
It's the shape of an hourglass.
Oh.
And she's just sort of grabbing her coat, spinning it around. And then she kind of stops and then looks back at you. Oh, I see you're awake. Good. I meant to tell you. And then looks, everyone's still sleeping. You did the right thing.
I mean, I'll just nod and just say, I'm struggling with it a bit. I saw something after it happened, and I am confused a bit about things.
What did you see?
She'll get up and just kind of like go a little bit closer to her by the fire and just kind of like bend down a bit and just... I think I saw myself, but different. I think I saw a part of myself in a reflection, but it was trying to say something to me, to condemn me. I believe is the word. But
Condemned?
I think it was saying that I did something bad. But I don't
Sabine,
know if it was talking about that or something else.
I see. What I requested and told you what needed to be done was hard. It was not. Taking the life of others, especially those who don't deserve it, is difficult, and it should be. But I want you to understand, it was absolutely necessary. The only way that there's any chance to be able to, and she sort of sighs at this point, just there's a heaviness over her, and she begins to kind of touch her forearm, and you can see that when she grabs it, she begins to sort of trace out the hourglass shape as if she doesn't realize she's kind of doing it. The only way to save this empire is for you all to remain secrets from the Emperor. Captain Flick will tell you all of this.
Will you come with us on this journey?
And roll a perception check. Another one.
Okay.
Another one.
Roll good, baby. Roll good. Roll good for mama. You got this, son of a bitch. She's so little groggy.
The most obvious to you is that she looks old, but the only thing is you don't quite remember if she always looked this way or not.
Mm-hmm.
You were in prison. She was wearing a cloak. Now she's not wearing a cloak, but you can see that her brown hazelnut hair is now quite gray.
Hmm.
And even on her arms, you can see like the age spots are appearing, and you can see. And one thing that stands out to you is the fact that for the amount of speed and strength this woman had, what you are looking at right now is, you would sort of click in. It's like how she was able to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make sense.
So, will you come with us on this journey? Or does your life have other plans?
And she kind of looks around. Sabine, I feel most connected to you based on recent events. And I fear my time will eventually be up. And as she says time again, she's just sort of just rubbing that tattoo. Sabine, I am over 500 years old. I was blessed when I was a young woman. I took a god as a lover. And he blessed me with long life and increased strength that strength, I was able to take over the Crimson Petal, which is an organization that deals with assassination and spying. You could say that I was sort of a great spy master in my prime. But almost 11 years ago, and she just sort of just shows you now the hourglass.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that it's like, looks like golden sand just kind of dropping, and it's almost like the time is out. Before, this hourglass was full and it never moved. And yet 11 years ago, every time that I would use my abilities, and her voice begins to crack and sound older, I would notice that the hourglass would get lower. And unfortunately, in the attempt to save you, I spent quite a bit of my time. But it is worth it. I know this.
I'm so sorry.
That is okay. I know that something happened to my lover.
Who was he?
And she just kind of pauses, looks. It was the god Bane. And ladies and gentlemen, as here's the word Bane, the name Bane, you can see the reaction of the players. We will reveal perhaps more about this deity next week on Mortal Rolls. Thank you so much for joining us. 2 weeks, yes.
Crap.
Here.
What the?
So next week, I'll be streaming in from a remote location. I will not have my regular setup, which means that I'm not able to run the game as we're doing right now. However, next week is going to be very special. For if you are joining us, we will actually dive into a little bit of the backgrounds of each of the characters. There's been a lot of references to a lot of events that happen outside of the game. We'll have an opportunity to have those moments reenacted so that you can have a better understanding as to the backstories and history. And in fact, we can even do Q&A and ask if there's any questions. But next week will be a little bit special as we lead to episode 10. So next week will be considered, episode 9. It's going to be like a little prequel type thing. And then the week after that,
Boom, boom, boom.
will be episode 10. And episode
we're
10.
doing the draw.
So enter that giveaway, y'all.
Enter the giveaway so you can come back on episode 10 and find out who the F Bane is and who won the draw.
What?
Win-win.
But also next week.
Yes.
Also come back next
See you
week.
next week.
We'll see you next week. And as always, we hope you live your best selves in your mortal roles. We will see you next time.
Oh my gosh.